I love buying coffee mugs with messages on them, or I love buying coffee mugs when I visit places, when I travel anywhere in the world, and also here in South Africa. And so my wife once thought she would buy me a cup because she now understood that I love coffee cups, mugs. And so she bought me this, and she smiled broadly as I read the message on this cup. It says, "Follow your heart, but take your brain with you." And I was like, thanks, I think. Yes! I love him so much. Cool voice, again connected, but much more breath flowing.
You don't want a mic stand just hanging around.
They keep me where the light is.
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Johan Bester, your vocal coach in Johannesburg, South Africa. And I'm so glad you clicked today. Thank you for visiting the channel. Possibly you're a huge fan of Will Moseley, which is why you are checking out this short analysis that I'm doing. But possibly, very, very likely, you are not a subscriber yet, which is really sad. If you enjoy the content, please take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. It would really help me and make me very happy. So Will Moseley made it all the way to the final 2 in this season of American Idol. I must say, I didn't think that would happen right from the start. And I've said it before, and it's not a negative. I just want to be real. I always want to be real and truthful with you, right? So I've said before that I have found it a little bit difficult to connect with Will. And I think the main reason is the style of music that he sings is just not my cup of tea. But he has been super, super consistent. He actually, basically, week after week, delivered the goods. He stayed in his lane. He knows who he is. He knows and is comfortable with himself, in my opinion, from what I can see. And he kept singing well. Like there was never too much to criticize about it, which is very commendable. To go through this whole journey, all the social media, all the attention, all the newfound fame, all the pressure, all the having to be on top of your game all the time. I mean, it's very, very hard for any one of us to imagine if we haven't actually been through that kind of journey. So I'm very happy for him that he made it all the way to the top 2. And then I wanted to take a look at it's obviously a shortened version, but he's single. So it seems to me like the final 3 wrote a single, maybe co-wrote. I don't know if there were other writers involved, but I know that when the song title came up on the screen, it said the song is by Will Moseley. So I think he wrote it. And I really was touched by the song, actually. Even though I just said 2 minutes ago that it's not really my style of music. But I think it seems to me like this song comes from a deep place. I didn't watch all the hometown visits and all of that. I didn't watch it. So I don't know, maybe he talked about it. And maybe if you know, you can let us know. Leave a comment. But the song touched me. So let us share that together, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
He was 17, quarterback on the home team, on a back road and in between his 5th and 6th beer. Then he saw those blue lights and couldn't walk that straight line. His daddy cussed and mama cried when they bailed him out of there.
Wow. What lyrics. I always say if you can follow the story upon a first hearing, then well, number one, it's well written in terms of storytelling, the lyrics. And number two, the singer presents the lyrics well so that you can actually hear it. So this seems like a young boy who was messing around, messed up, and got caught because the blue lights, and then he couldn't walk the straight line, which is such a beautiful metaphor. But he also probably couldn't walk straight because he probably was high or drunk or something. Daddy cursed and Mama cried. That is such a beautiful lyric. Wow, love it.
He got in the truck, they said you got what you deserve. Brought him a button up and drug his butt to church. Boy, you need the good book back. All your running around's gotta slow down a little. You're living just a little too fast. You gotta meet the man somewhere in the middle. Sometimes you gotta take a step back, look at you and ask who you are down in your heart. You ain't that far off track. It ain't that hard to get back. You just need the good book back.
Sorry for stopping again, but what a lovely lyric and song title. You just need the good book bad. When I heard that, so when I saw the title, I didn't know what the song was about. And when I heard that, I was like, man, this sounds like your story. This sounds like a journey of redemption, a journey of coming back home, a journey of finding yourself, of returning maybe to how you grew up, or something. Beautiful.
No stop and no one's perfect. The straight and narrow throws you curses. If you're anything like me, sometimes all you need is the good look back.
Really cool. Really cool song. I'd love to hear the full version. I'm going to look for it because I think it's released already on streaming platforms. So, yeah, wow. I haven't felt as connected to him as I did now throughout the whole season. And I think it's the topic. I think it's the realness of it. And he seems to love E major because he knows that when he goes to that E above middle C, with that grungy sound, that country rock sound, it's really very emotive, and his voice sounds good in that range. So yeah, I've said it many times when I've spoken about Will. He chooses the right songs and the right keys, and in this case, he wrote the song in the right key, which is great because if you write for yourself, you have the biggest chance of success, actually. Obviously, because you know your voice, you know your heart, you know your story. So I think he wrote a beautiful song for himself, and it really connected with my heart. So I think, regardless of the fact that he didn't end up being the winner, I think if he keeps making smart choices, I always put that out there as a caveat, because people can go off the rails like this. I mean, I can go off the rails. I have gone off the rails in my life. And any one of us who've lived a little bit knows. You can make... There's that famous saying, we are all just one decision away from stupid. Big picture things and smaller things in life. We are human. This is how it is. So, having said that, if he keeps making smart choices, I believe he can have a career because he's so clearly the country singer that he is. And he's so clearly Will that, and I think he can just go on and have a great success. And also, of course, he had fans before this a little bit because he's been singing for a few years, he said. But now he has national and possibly international fans. So, all the best to you, Will Moseley. Thank you for everything you did to bring us a lot of joy throughout this Idol journey in this season. And look forward to seeing how your success unfolds. Thank you guys again for joining me. Really appreciate it. And I want you to remember that your voice matters.